Joy and anxiety might seem worlds apart, but they share some surprising similarities. Curious? Inside Out writer Meg LeFauve is here to break it down.
Joy and anxiety in trying to protect Riley are really getting a bit lost in that idea. The way we do with our kids, right? That your job is to protect her and tell her what to do and make things the way that you think that is best for them. So they are both coming to this understanding that she will choose, and that even some things that are upsetting to us as parents, that's okay. And how beautiful that is. We knew that in the first movie, Joy had to learn to step away, to allow emotions that she thought weren't good to come forward. And she's learned that lesson. She's still Joy, but she basically learns that lesson, right? We always knew from the very beginning that in this movie, it would be Joy needing to step forward and do the opposite, and the question about that. For me, what I love about Joy in this movie is I really saw her and wrote her as self-compassion. It's not just about joy and happy out there. It's to have beautiful self-compassion for yourself. She's compassion, and that she loves that kid and finds joy in that kid no matter what. And then there's the added layer of with anxiety. That anxiety and joy, it's very hard for them to coexist at the same time. And I know for myself and for my kids, when they get anxious, to ground yourself down, right? And to find something that you can be in awe of or that's beautiful. It doesn't mean that what's happening to you isn't happening, but this other stuff is happening at the same time. The sky is blue, the leaves dappled on the street. Not a way to get rid of anxiety, you can't get rid of her, but as a way to help her calm down a little bit and to see a broader picture of life. In Riley's case, as the team did, to remember her joy of hockey, and that hockey is something that she should find joy in too.
Anxiety is a part of the creative journey, but we don't have to face it alone. That's why I created the WFA for Animation Academy, a place where we write together, learn together, and support each other through the challenges. Join us today at writeforanimation.com/academy. The link is down below. I love this community and can't wait to welcome you to the group.
And I love how you, even at the end, you show the purpose of anxiety with the Spanish test coming up, and she has a purpose when well channeled.
And I learned that in working with my own anxiety, that it's good to give anxiety a job. Give her a job to do. So the Spanish test is coming, or you got to remember that birthday present. Anxiety is good for those things. She's a trigger. I will also say that if you are a creative person, if you don't do your art, if that's writing, if that's literally art, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be actual art, but whatever it is that brings you joy and you're creative in, if you don't do it, anxiety is going to help you by taking all that imagination you're not using, all that energy, and she's going to start throwing up projections. She's going to start telling you all the terrible things that could possibly happen because she's a survival instinct and she can feel something's off. So it must be this, it must be the neighbor, it must be that. This is what's off. This is terrible and that's terrible. And you forgot that and you didn't do that. And by the way, you're also a terrible artist. He's worried that maybe it's this art thing to make you feel this way. So stop feeling that way. Let's think about other things. But as soon as I say to my friend who's in heavy anxiety, when's the last time you painted? When's the last time you did that thing? It's usually a long time ago. You got to take that energy, that imagination, and now channel it towards that thing. And you'll find anxiety is using that imagination to tell you to stop doing it and that you're terrible or whatever. But in fact, if you say, just take a seat and then go do your craft, do your art, do what brings you joy, it will subside. And she'll be like, oh, no, you're not dying. Oh, okay. Okay, we're good. You didn't die. Awesome. You drew those storyboards, you wrote that story, you wrote 10 pages of your script and you didn't die? Okay, great.
That's really cool. I love that analogy. Thinking about writer's block, thinking about procrastination, thinking about starting to doubt your career as a writer. And the cure is actually practicing the art.
Did you know that Meg LeFauve has an amazing podcast called The Screenwriting Life? And they recently added some great workshops, so I'll leave the link below. Now, with the current state of the animation industry, anxiety can take over to the point where you might want to give up on your animation career completely. Please don't, and I'll let Maestro Guillermo del Toro share some wisdom that will inspire you to keep going. Click on this video now to discover why the obstacle is the way. I'm screenwriter Pietro Schito, and this is WFA for Animation. I'll see you in the video.